You have at least 9 months left, perhaps as much as 18.
The first doctor gave me from 1 to 2 years.
I hope he's right. What are you going to do?
Well, I have no family. Haven't taken a day off since law school. Guess I'll try to squeeze 30 years of living into 1 or 2. Bryan, and I'm making this statement of my own free will, without duress or omissions, covering those events I was directly involved in that led to the killing of Angie Zeno. That involvement began on the 4th of last month on a jet flight from Paris. Polar Flight 401, carrying 102 passengers and 3 stewardesses, one of whom, Judy Collins, was to become involved with me in Angie Zeno's death. The plane touched down at San Francisco International Airport at 11:15 p.m. And Judy and I had become friends, with a dinner date for the following evening. That same night, Angie Zeno also arrived in San Francisco, with a man I came to know as Nicky Drake. Angie Zeno came on routine business. That is, routine for the owner of a Las Vegas gambling casino.
I got a proposition I think will interest you.
Oh? What's that?
Well, it's something we do for people we like. I mean, people who lose a bundle now and then. What's the amount?
$84,000. There's nothing wrong with that check.
Oh, we know that, Mr. Blakely. We didn't cash it because, well, we like to sell it to you for $80,000 in cash. You save $4,000, we save a little on a tax end. It's simple, not even illegal as far as you're concerned. Oh, don't worry about Carl. He's a partner in the Golden Spar. He owns 6 points.
When do you want the cash?
Well, the bank's closed at 3 o'clock. Carl could drop back, say, 4 or 5, okay?
Okay. Easiest 4,000 I've made this week.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you later. Right.
Come out 203 grand.
$203,000.
It's all there. Happy landings.
How long will you be in San Francisco?
Just as long as it takes.
Oh, is that the way you live life?
How do you mean?
As long as anything takes.
And not a second longer.
Why?
Well, The hour that gives life takes it away, someone said.
Oh, but the slower you take it, the longer it lasts.
Who said that?
The turtle, I guess. How long will this thing take you have to do?
Not long. You see, I was a member of a law firm here, and they called me back to settle an estate I used to handle. A few days. A week at the most.
Nice. I take a flight out tomorrow for Paris and come back again Thursday. You think you'll be hungry again by Thursday?
Hey, you know, I have a dish I cook for special people. Bryan's Folly. It seldom turns out, but I always take the victim out to atone for it.
Say when?
How about Thursday? This is in our way.
Hello, I'd like to speak to Mr. Bryan, please. This is Judy Collins. I'm expecting to see Mr. Bryan this evening, but I have to talk to him now. Do you know where I can reach him? Will you ask him to call me, please? Judy Collins, and tell him it's urgent, please? You know about it.
But not enough. Phil gave us a call from Paris. Details, naturally, had to leave them out. What did you do with the money?
Nothing. I mean, I did what I always do with it. I took it to the apartment, hid it, and went out to dinner. When I came back to meet Phil, it was gone. I'm telling you the truth.
Sure. But you don't have to get stuck with it. I'm going to give you a little time.
But I don't...
Time to think about it.
I don't...
You might have left something out, like who got the loot. Now, you can tell this to me, but I've got to tell it to somebody else. I've got to tell it to a guy who likes money more than I do, if that's possible, especially money like 200 grand. And he wouldn't believe it. He wouldn't believe me, you, or anybody else. He just wants it back so bad that 200,000 wouldn't be worth it. If you know what I mean.
I told you the truth.
Everybody has their own kind. Sometimes you have to lie a little to find yours. Maybe somebody sold you a bill of goods. Or you sold yourself one.
You want to search me? Search the apartment?
Don't try to con me. I told you, think about it. Take a little time. Like, say, till 9 o'clock tonight.
I didn't think I was doing anything so terribly wrong. They asked me if I wanted to carry money out of the country once in a while. Their money, and give it to someone in Paris.
And you went along with it?
I told myself it was just... It's the same old story, isn't it? You find out there's a price tag on something you thought wasn't for sale. The price they offered, to me it was... Well, to me it was a fortune. They offered it, and I said yes, as easy as that. Coming back, I didn't know whether I needed a friend or a lawyer. Then I remembered you were both. Am I right? Are we friends?
Now, right now, you need more than a friend or a lawyer. Those boys don't... Now, you do exactly what I told you.
Can I fix your belt?
No, thanks. Will you listen to me?
That's why I'm here. Shoot and take your best shot.
All I can do is say what happened.
Try again.
I told you the truth. If you don't believe me, then I'll have to go to someone else who will. That man, whatever his name is, who doesn't have a name that you work for. You have no right to stand there and try and frighten me as though I'd lied. As though no one else could have taken the money.
There isn't anybody else. Except me or Phil. And the man knows that we wouldn't steal from him. We're family. You aren't. There's only you.
I have the right to face him. Let him be the judge, not you.
The right? Honey, with him you get about as much right as a flea on a French poodle. And a lot less chance.
You've got to tell me who he is so I can talk to him.
He's the man. The boss man. And if you need any other name for him, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. He has 100 names, and one of them is Nicky Drake. He pulled that name out of a hat and gave it to use in San Francisco on this one little business. His name is Nicky Drake. And in this gig, I'm him, and you better believe it because I do.
I don't.
Now, you see what I mean about the truth? Nobody but you was in it. And now, there he is, an added starter. What is it you don't believe?
You.
You see how it works? You make a mistake anybody could have made, with a little bad luck. You could have been robbed or blown the money on the square, and the man might have bought it. But now we got something else. We got him. We got this added starter. You asked me who the man was? Well, tell me who this one is. This one with the big ears.
I'm a friend of hers. Someone who knows her well enough to know she wouldn't steal $200,000, not from you or the big man who pulls the strings. So if she can't tell him, you tell him.
You not only got big ears, you got a big mouth.
Tell him that.
I will. It might get a laugh. For me. What it will get for you, I don't have to say. You still have time. Time to check it off as a stupid play. Because there'll never be a dime's worth of fun in the whole 200,000. Not for either one of you. And don't worry about how to find us. We'll find you.
Well, he could be a man who likes to hear himself talk tough, but I don't think so. Which means you do need help, but not the kind I can give you.
The police?
Well, I have a friend in the Justice Department. You can tell him about it.
I can't.
You have no choice.
Let me think about it. Just tonight, please.
All right. But not here. Pack a bag. I'll take you to a hotel. She came back all right. She didn't take all this with her. And there was a suitcase here when she left last night.
Yeah, but did she come back alone? You should have called me last night.
Well, it was her decision. I had to let her make it. Didn't know it would turn out like this.
What do you do now?
I stay here. If you think it'll help.
And if I don't think it will?
Well, I was planning on meeting Pete Gaffney in Trieste. He's testing a new car for the Adriatic road race.
And you're going to drive with him?
Well, sure, he'll pay for it.
I look for peace and you look for trouble.
Say the word and I'll stay.
All I want from you is an address. We'll be sending you a mugshot or two. You know, someday you'll have to explain it to me again. Why you suddenly dropped the ball just when you had everything going your way. I didn't get it the first time.
Un americano molto simpatico.
Grazie, signorina.
Buonanotte, Paul. Buona fortuna.
Buonanotte.
È un piacere di conoscerlo. Buonanotte, Paul.
All right. Don't tell us where she is, but you tell us where the money is.
Look, all we want to know is where somebody is. We don't want to hurt you any more than we have to. You say it, walk away, that's all. Now, where is Judy Collins?
How can I tell you something I don't know? Here he is. That's Drake.
Oh, that's Carl Torre.
It was Drake when I met him.
As I remember, he's got a pretty mild record. He's a big man, owns a piece of the Golden Spa.
Why didn't you send us to Trieste along with the others?
We checked on him. 4 people were with him in Las Vegas the same night you saw him in San Francisco.
Who does he work for?
Angie Zeno, a soldier of the Mafia. But without Judy Collins, we can't connect anybody or prove anything. And you didn't see Drake deliver the money to her. So what do we got on him?
Angie Zeno. You'll try me again, Jim. I didn't like it the first time.
Yeah. Zeno will try you again. Even if he has to reach halfway around the world to do it. But then you found that out already, didn't you?
And there's nothing I can do about it.
You know, we're a very large and a very powerful organization. Wouldn't you say? And not only can't you do anything about it, we can't do anything about it. Live with it. And I do, every day.
How's your digestion?
Terrible.
Well, what about Judy Collins? Can't you give me something on her?
No. Except that they haven't got her. You told us that. If they had, they wouldn't have come after you.
Can you give me something on Angie Zeno?
What?
Might help to know what I'm up against. Find out if he has a flaw or two.
Paul, Zeno has money and organization, and he doesn't have to live by our rules. Now, that makes him a very large and a very dangerous man. And he can afford a flaw or two. so forget it.
I have to let him know I can't help him find his 200 grand. I can't spend the rest of my life trying to avoid his muscle men.
He'll forget about you eventually.
I want him to forget me now, or remember me. Now, he must have a weak spot somewhere. Something that'll help me get to him.
You're not going to do something foolish.
Foolish? Maybe. Illegal? No. Help me, Jim. Could I talk to you a minute?
Who are you?
Just somebody with something interesting to tell you.
I know. You're from Texas, and you want to take me to dinner and give me a piece of an oil well. Sorry.
It's about Angie Zeno. Man tells me you're his girl.
Good, I've been worried about that.
Same man tells me something else. He tells me that Angie doesn't have a monopoly.
You better know what you're talking about.
He does. He says you've been seeing one of Angie's boys, around corners, so to speak.
You're crazy.
And he gave me a name. Solly Vincent.
What do you want? Money? Me? What?
Just a small favor. Call Angie and tell him to come over here. You need him. You're lonely. Tell him whatever you use. Just get him here.
You are crazy.
Maybe. But if you don't call him, I do. About Solly.
All right, whoever you are. Do me a favor. Tie my hands and gag me. Or he'll kill me along with you.
Whatever you say.
You're a brick. And another thing. Whatever you tell him, say you showed here after I called him, okay?
Okay.
One of my lucky nights.
You never know.
Angie?
Oh, yeah, Chickie, you better believe me.
3 in the morning. She asked me to come over.
Are you lonely, huh? And hungry, too? Oh, what do you mean if I got the time? That'll be the day I don't have the time. But sure I can. Or you can make book on it. Gin.
Hey, this is your lucky night.
Chickie! Chickie!
Angie Zeno. I'm Paul Bryan.
Yeah? And what are you doing here?
I want to talk to you.
What do you want to talk about?
About your friends in Trieste.
Oh, where's that?
That's where you found me. Where your hired thugs found me. Left me with 2 broken ribs, contusions, things like that. I lost 6 days in a Yugoslav hospital.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you now. I lost 200 grand. I'm still waiting to get it back. You got put in the hospital. That's your bag, not mine. I asked the man something, I want an answer. All you had to do was give me one.
I gave one. It's not the one you wanted, so I'll say it again. I don't know where your 200,000 is. And I don't know where Judy Collins is.
And you rigged all this just to tell me that, huh?
That's part of it.
Well, what's the rest of it?
Don't come near me again. Not with thugs or gumshoes or threats.
And if I do?
Touch me. Reach out for me, even from a distance. And I'll come back into this jungle of yours, and we'll play it your way. Right where you live. Just the way you play it.
That's it?
That's it. Now you know how it is.
You're a dead man.
And you're a yellow man inside of it. Let's hear you say that. Say it! Yellow. Inside and out.
Inside and out.
Say it all.
Say it all! Yellow. Inside and out.
And that's the pure truth. Don't ever make me prove it again. Now, you won't believe this, Angie. But she called you before I made her let me in.
This is Angie. I call the city and county law. You heard me. I want a guy picked up. He just left Shirley's apartment. He's about 5'11", 6 feet. I don't know. He was wearing a gray jacket and a red shirt with a handkerchief around the neck. He had dark hair. And tell him to look for skin knuckles. Never mind his name. I don't want him held. I want him picked up.
Angie?
Shut up!
All right. Take your hands away from your faces. Third man on the left. Take off your glasses. All right, Mr. Zeno, you see your man?
No.
Are you sure, Mr. Zeno?
Yeah.
One of them not only fits the description, but he has 2 sets of skin knuckles.
So he fell down. The man I called about ain't up there.
All right. Move him out. Just so you won't make any mistakes, I'm going to tell you my plans.
They got anything to do with me?
You decide that. I'm going to go up to the captain's cabin. I'm going to put in a call to San Francisco. To a friend of mine named Jim Seaborne. You heard of him?
I may have.
I'm going to ask him to meet me at the airport with a little help. So, I think you and your associates should wait for a better shot.
Any other suggestions?
Yeah. Take a message to Angie Zeno. Tell him he should have believed me. You got that? You should have believed me. You'll know what it means. Sooner or later.
So what? So the police picked him up. Is that some reason for you to lose him?
He went into a government office, the Justice Department, and then we lost him. Now, I don't know how they got him out of there.
You don't know how they got him out of there. Oh, that's good. That's beautiful. I want him. Who is it?
I have some information on Paul Bryan. Call me back at...
Who is it?
The number is 386-4699. I'll tell you when you call me back. Thanks for calling. I just wanted you to know I was in Las Vegas. Paul Bryan back in town. Not the way you wanted it, but back in the city of the churches and the schools.
How do I know that? How do I know you're Bryan?
Try this. You're yellow, inside and out. How's that? Now, don't expect me too soon. I'm in your jungle now, Zeno, and I'm going to be as careful in it as you. As careful and as smart, but more dangerous, because you have a lot of things to think about. And I have just one. Now, it might take a day, like tomorrow, or a week, or a month. But it'll get done. Just the way you know it best.
He's crazy. That guy is crazy. Call it law. Tell him a crazy man is threatening me. But give him his name this time, Paul Bryan. Now get on the phone. And put some men around his house. You know what this guy is? He's a fanatic. You know what a fanatic is? A fanatic is a nut with brains. That's what this guy is. We gotta find him.
Any word on Judy Collins?
No. The city police are working on it. So's the Treasury Department. She isn't exactly a priority case. Hiding out isn't exactly a tough job.
Good, because that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to fly down to San Pedro with a friend. We're going to take a boat to Mexico and fish for blue shark or anything else that gets unlucky.
Real good idea.
Then I'll be going back to Europe, but through here first. And
Las Vegas?
For a phone call. No threats, just a metaphor or two. Unpoetic, but legal.
Well, have a good trip. Be careful.
I will. And thanks for everything.
I hope that doesn't include a decent burial.
I never plan to live forever.
All the palms are greased, and what did I get for it? Nothing.
You've got me, Angie.
Oh, sure, I got you. I had you in a plane. I had you in Frisco, and now I got you back here. And you want to know something? I think you blew the whole gig. Like maybe the dame didn't swing with the money. And if she didn't, who does that leave?
That leaves Phil or me.
Which couldn't be possible?
You have to answer that.
Well, then, my answer would have to be no. Not at that price.
And you'd be right.
You wouldn't be working with me without more larceny than that. Especially when you only got one shot at me.
And something else.
You're my friend.
Now you have it all.
I can't imagine having a friend. And you know, when I look at you sometime, I can't even imagine you being one. Oh, you know something? I work too hard. Maybe a dealer can get hooked like a player, huh?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy gets a little hot under the collar because he gets worked over, that's all. He tried to put the needle in me. He got sore, then he got cute. By now, he probably jumped the country, huh?
Operator, would you give me the area code for Las Vegas, please? 702? Thank you.
If I had to worry about every punk that threw a curve at me, I'd have struck out long ago. Yeah. It's Bryan. Put a trace on the call. Hey, Bryan. Yeah, I'm glad you called.
Hey, Joe.
You know, you're
Put a trace on the call Angie just got.
I know you tried, Angie.
Hey, Bryan, I think we went wrong on this girl, Judy Collins. Well, we checked with our boy in Paris, and I think the whole thing is just a mistake. So I guess I owe you an apology. You could say we were even. You know, you got pushed around a little, and, and you pushed back, right?
Wrong, Angie. And if you're trying to trace this call, forget it. You won't have time. Remember, I'm still in Vegas, and I'm still waiting for that one good chance. We're both hiding now. That's easier for me than for you. And I plan to take my time.
Forget it. What does this guy want? Nobody ever got whacked around before. Nobody ever took a bum rap. What is this guy? You know something? He's gonna kill me. He's crazy. He's nothing, but he's gonna kill me. Me, Angie, Zeno. And what for?
He thinks it's him or you.
It is. Now you find him and kill him.
Look, you've been on a spot before.
Yeah, but not like this. Why? I knew what it was. And why? I could handle it. But this is crazy. Crazy. Like I'm being hunted. Like a dumb animal. What are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at you the way I always do. Look, if this guy bugs you so much, why not just get out of town? Leave the guy nothing to find.
What did you say?
Why sit here and wait for the guy?
You said, get out of town. Leave Vegas. What is this? Like you was talking to some punk? Like I was someone who didn't know that a man set up for a hit is eased out of Vegas first?
Now, look, cool it. I'm only trying to help.
Trying to help who? Who you been talking? Where you been? Today, when I'm trying to find you.
I was in the spa all afternoon rolling a few.
Get out. Get out! Get out of here and don't come back. And tell anybody who's interested that Angie's gonna stay right here till they get that maniac. Then I'm gonna have a talk with my friends.
For 2 hours. Another hour should do it.
Can't wait. We've got a message on the radio. There's a call for you in the village from San Francisco.
Did they say what it was about?
No.
We'll try to get the village station on the phone again and ask them who it is that's calling from San Francisco.
Okay.
Torre?
Why not? All the Zenos of the world are just as good as they stay tough. Just as long as they can keep up that front. They can sell fear as long as they're fearless, and that's all. And if you crack, then you're done for. You end up just like Zeno did, hiding behind some drapes like his mother's skirt. Now, you backed him down, and he cracked. And Carl Torre saw it happen, so he decided to kill him and let you take the rap for it. Don't even think it. You didn't kill him. I could even work up a case that I killed Zeno. No, Carl Torre killed Zeno. He took a gun, and he shot him because he stopped trusting him, or stopped looking up to him, or just got too scared of him. Anyway, it all happened to some people we don't even know. And the world's a better place without them.
A family quarrel.
That's as true as you could say it. Judy Collins will be here any minute.
What?
Like she's late now.
Well, what happened?
Well, wherever she was hiding, they had newspapers. She called me this morning and told me your story. And you were right about the money. She didn't take it. Yes.
Miss Collins is here.
Thank you.
I heard what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to involve you, to cause you so much trouble.
You didn't. Just something that happened, that's all. Something I had to do about a thing that mattered to me. But it's all over now. Nothing was lost. Only a little time. Not everything went as planned. Not all the questions were answered. They seldom are. But some justice of a kind was salvaged along the way. And nothing was lost. Nothing but a little time.